Hi, this is Adam Meister, and you should check out BaltimoreHourly.com, my site. It is May the 1st, 2015. We're going to talk about the Baltimore riots some more, what's going on. The curfew is still in effect, the ridiculous curfew. And one thing that I forgot to mention on video is that the elected officials and the people who work for them, I believe, definitely the elected officials, do not have to follow the curfew. They make the rules, but they don't have to. They can walk around at night. They can do whatever they want to do, which is absolutely ridiculous. It's now Friday. Why the entire city of over 600,000 people has to be under curfew is insane. There's not going to be a riot in Roland Park or Mount Washington. There's troops on the streets. They don't need, and people don't need to be in by 10. Businesses are losing millions. I mean, seriously, Friday night, Saturday night. I've heard about weddings that have been canceled. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous now. And this is a great time to, really test the system out to see, do these leaders, they just want power? Do they just want to be on TV? Because a lot of them have been getting on TV and just, trying to advance their careers. I mean, that's their business, I guess. But they're living off of a tragedy. But this is time for people like us to just rip on them for being criminals. Because they are criminals and they're losers. So, let's see how big the power grab is. Maybe they'll try to round up the dissidents. But there are not that many people like me speaking up against them. Again, everyone, people don't like the curfew, but they're just taking it in stride. Whatever. Let the government control my entire life. Now, speaking about the government controlling people's lives, the government did not make people loot. Jack Young, despite, Jack Young seems to be friends with gang members now and likes to put them on TV with him. That's a cool thing. All of a sudden, leaders like to appear with gang members who they used to talk about in bad ways. But anyway, they didn't make the people loot. Again, those were foolish decisions. People driving up to Mondawmin and looting Mondawmin and getting their car license plates on camera. Those people are idiots. And, and to show you, but think about how stupid they are. Sadly, we do live in a city, a state, a country where the government does control a lot of what happens. I mean, they steal our tax money, and then they do things with our stolen tax money. Those of us who, earn money and have our taxes stolen. But, so back in 2012, there was an election in Baltimore City, and there was something called Question K. Now, Question K, I wrote an article about it back in 2012, and I'm going to post it below. But basically, the previous election was 2011, and the next one was supposed to be in 2015 for city offices. And they wanted to move the election to 2016. So basically, in the presidential election of 2012, this is a little complicated, we got to vote on Question K, which was going to give our current elected officials in Baltimore City a 5-year term until 2016 instead of 2015. Again, so the people voted overwhelmingly, 77.3%, to approve Question K, to give the leaders a 5-year term. So obviously, the people, over 77% of the people of Baltimore City, the voters of Baltimore City, were quite loved what their elected officials were doing, but they gave every single one of them an extra year in office. So if you hear people complaining like the leaders don't represent us, the leaders did this to us, no, you love the leaders so much, you love them so much, you gave them an extra year in office so they could put you under curfew for a week, so you couldn't walk outside at 10:30 at night. Anyway, these same leaders, every election, go to the police union and the fire union and many other unions and fill out all this documentation to get their endorsements. So a lot of people are saying, well, we hate the police. Yet the leaders that you personally elect, and give 5-year terms to, when they don't have to have 5-year terms, they get the endorsements of the city police union. I remember a friend of mine and we were talking, we're like, maybe someone should just run for office and say, I don't want the police. Because you think that everyone hates the police so much, that, and they're so against the police and think the police are so corrupt, that they would respect a candidate who would say, hey, I don't have the police endorsement. Yet, we never see that. What we see is the same candidates, the ones who win, who they go out of their way to get the police endorsements, and the people vote for them overwhelmingly, which is very interesting. So you hear people complain about various things that they voted for overwhelmingly. Again, it just shows you the intelligence level of the Baltimore voter. It's pathetic. It's sad. It really is sad. And again, the police, I spoke to police who were supporting a candidate back in 2011. And I was like, to the police, I was like, this person doesn't even like you guys. She speaks pretty badly of you guys. They're like, we don't care. We don't care. She supports our pension. She wants us to get our pension. I mean, the police are obviously part of the issue here. They don't care if their leaders even hate them. They just want their pension. They want their money. Everyone wants to get paid. It's a corrupt system, and you keep voting for it. And you are just sitting there, not saying a word about not being able to go out after 10 o'clock at night. So that's the state of Baltimore City. Check out BaltimoreHourly.com and have a great weekend, even though you can't go out if you live in Baltimore City.